Is Marvel Rivals dying? That's the question I've been seeing flooding these YouTube streets, these Twitter posts, these Reddit posts, and people love to say that the game is dead. The second it's not trending on Twitch or Steam, it's dead. But is there actually any truth to that? Let's break this all down. And we are also very close to hitting 800 subscribers, as well as getting me to 1,000. So if you guys can, please go ahead and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you enjoy videos like this, where I rant and talk about Marvel Rivals, I have a whole playlist on my channel, so don't forget to check that out. Here's the thing that people don't get. It's completely normal for new games to explode in player count during launch and then drop off. We've seen it with almost every major multiplayer game. Look at Overwatch 2. Skyrocketed at launch, then leveled off, then it's quote-unquote dying. Well, technically it is dying, but it's seen some resurgence after Marvel Rivals' honeymoon phase has worn off. Same thing with Valorant, and it's same thing with Apex Legends. Marvel Rivals isn't dying, it's just stabilizing. And that drop-off is even more expected when your game is tied to a massive IP like Marvel. Hype draws in the widest of crowds, especially Marvel players, and then the ones who stick around are the ones who actually care about the game and the gameplay and the mechanics, like me. The people that leave either found a new game, just wanted to try using Iron Man or Spider-Man in a game. Some players who just don't care for multiplayer and just want to play every so often. Those are the people who come in and they leave. It seems like every game that comes out that's even remotely popular for a little bit that drops off after a bit, people start making these videos on if the game is dying, if it's dead already. And I'm not gonna lie, I did clickbait a little bit because, you know, you guys gotta come to the video. But the word dying, people use it for clicks all the time. Every time a game gets a major dip, the YouTube thumbnails start popping up. Is this the end? Dead game. Nobody plays this anymore. It's clickbait. It's easy engagement, but it's not the reality. But if you see 6 or 7 or 8 videos of, oh, this game is dying, and so many people have talked about it, then in your head, you're gonna start looking at the game in a negative light. The truth is, the game has been more alive than ever. And you can definitely see this through content. If you just go to YouTube and type in Marvel Rivals, there's a bunch of creators who have switched over from Overwatch to Marvel that are thriving because of this. There's a bunch of small creators, like me, for example, who have built up in such a short time, gotten to 800 subscribers, or almost that, and over 150,000 views just off of Marvel Rivals content. This doesn't happen because it's a dead game. And I'm not alone with this. I have my boy Persixo who does Magneto content. His channel is going crazy and he's building up a lot of subscribers and a lot of views and doing great on streaming in Marvel Rivals, something that he hasn't seen before, and he's been doing YouTube for a long time. Now let's talk about the queue times. In a dying games, queues get long. Like for example, I played Valorant and sometimes I'll sit in a queue for 2, 3, 4 minutes until I find a game. It's to the point where it's like, okay, let me hit queue, let me go use the bathroom, let me go grab a snack, do something, and then come back and hopefully I'm in the agent select screen. But in Marvel Rivals, getting into a match ever since the alpha stage have been almost instantaneous. I've been getting into a game in under 30 seconds. And that's just not my rank. It's whether I'm playing in a low ranked account, a higher ranked account, and NA, and if you watch some streamers in EU, it's all the same. They all get into a matches pretty quickly. What that's supposed to tell us is that short queues equal an active player base. People who are currently on the game looking for a match. Now, if I'm being honest, does Marvel Rivals do a great job at matchmaking? That's another video that I could make in the future. But as far as getting into a game and playing and experiencing the game, I haven't seen any other game get you in a match this quick. Another thing people have to realize is that NetEase and Marvel aren't going anywhere. This isn't some budget indie project. Marvel Rivals is backed by NetEase, one of the biggest game developers in the world, and they're teaming up with Marvel, the most recognizable superhero IP on the planet of all time. And that's not glaze, because I can already see the comments might be filled with, oh, stop glazing Marvel Rivals, bro, the queues are bad, stop glazing NetEase, they just dropped the pay to win method. Like, bro, listen, on this channel I'm unfiltered and unbiased. I will talk crazy about NetEase, about Marvel Rivals if it fits, but I'll also back them and defend them when I see that the criticism is unfair. Back to my point, they aren't going to just let this game flop. There's too much money, too many characters, and too much brand value on the table. And honestly, this game is doing something that no other Marvel game has done. It's giving love to lesser known characters like Luna Snow, Squirrel Girl, Emma Frost. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know Luna Snow existed. I didn't know Squirrel Girl existed. Marvel sees the value in that, and they're going to keep pushing it. Another reason you can tell that this game is very much alive is the esports scene. It's already being built. We're seeing high prize pools, community tournaments, and NetEase is actively promoting competition. Dead games don't get esports funding. I mean, you could see the Overwatch League. When that game was dying, we started seeing teams get pulled from the Overwatch League. We saw sponsors pulling out until it was officially Overwatch League was no more. They're investing because the player base is there. The hype is there. So any company that sees that on their back end, they're going to be like, okay, we need to create this esports scene so that it can go larger. And I like to give credit where it's due. The devs do listen. We've seen some fast hot fixes, quick balance change, and transparent communication around changes. Broken mechanics, they get patched. Overpowered characters, they get tuned. The time between community outrage and actual action is surprisingly short. It's rare to see a team this responsive, especially this early into the game's life cycle. And the best part is that they take our consideration, but they don't fully apply it, because some games get into the cycle of taking the community response and just making what the community wants. Some of you guys, no offense, should never touch a game development studio from what I've seen, but some people actually want the game to be balanced, to be tuned. So they take some community feedback, some internal feedback, and they give us the best of both worlds. So let's talk about why people actually think this is dying. There's three main reasons. The Steam chart that started populating over Reddit, and I'm not gonna lie, yes, the Steam player numbers have dropped, but then again, referenced that earlier in the video, when a game first comes out, it's obviously going to have a big high, and then it's gonna low, and then it's gonna level out. Another reason why people think this game might be dead is the ranked frustration. I've made plenty of videos on my channel talking about the rank state in the game. People are getting frustrated with the rank system. You get inconsistent teammates, players are sometimes throwing or experimenting, and the match qualities feels like 50-50 some of the time. So it creates a sense of things are falling off, but it's not death. The system needs a polish, and I think the devs are already working on it, because we've seen so many things added onto the rank system that happened just in this half season. So with all that being said, is Marvel Rivals dying? Not even close. Yes, the hype has dipped. Yes, there are some issues with ranked, but the game is thriving in the ways that matter the most. Active player base, strong content numbers, developer support, and a future that's still being built. If you're enjoying the game like I am, keep playing, keep posting, and help grow this community. So drop a comment below. Do you think Marvel Rivals is dying? And if you like this breakdown, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Rivals content every single week. I'm not going anywhere, and neither is this game. I'll see you guys later.